Hi, welcome to the Weekends Over podcast. I'm your host, Alex. I'm here with Max. Max, say hello.
What up?
Taylor, say hello.
What's up?
All right, and this is our NFL review, preview, whatever you want to call it. This is us going over the NFL games of last week, kind of telling you how we did on our picks, and then we will go over this week's picks and a couple of bets that we think might hit. So, Taylor, we're going to head to you since I know you have our records from last week. Go ahead and tell us who did good and who did not do so well.
Well, I can't really say anybody did terrible. If we're talking betting wise, nobody lost money. Alex and Max tied at 7-7. Had 14 games last week, 7-7, and I won at 8-6. It actually came down to the Monday night game, so that was pretty interesting. While we were doing our Monday pod, if you watched, we were watching that. There was this. I picked the Bills, and they both picked the Jets. So we're all pretty even through 1 week. I'm up one game, but one game's nothing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so far so good.
I'll get you this week, boy.
What you want to bet?
Money.
Okay, we'll bet money.
But
the American kind. I don't do any of that foreign bullshit.
That's all I got, brother.
Okay.
Bitcoin, Zipcoin, whatever you need.
Me and Max are having a $10,000 bet.
All right. So we are currently recording this on Thursday, and right now we do have the Broncos and Saints going on. It is the second quarter. Broncos are winning 6-0. Honestly, if you're watching this game, I feel bad for you. I couldn't find a reason to watch it. I know Taylor is sitting there cringing because he is like, Bo Nix is playing, and why would I want to watch Can't Throw Bo?
Hey,
look at that.
This,
hold on a second. Go ahead, Max.
Bo Nix is the king of scramble out to the wide and then just get 2 yards. He can do that like a motherfucker.
He just did it right there. They ran like a fake.
Run around and just like dive for 2 yards. Really good.
They just ran like a fake toss and they blew it up and he ran like 50 yards to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
House call.
You got hit right at the end.
By the way, before that, impeccable footwork by Bo Nix.
Yeah.
On that handoff. I'm just saying. You don't see Bryce Young doing that.
I was gonna say Bo's always been really good at that. Even in college, he just runs around like a crazy guy.
Yeah. LSU 2021. One of the craziest touchdown passes I've ever seen in my life.
He runs around like a caveman who's never played football and just.
This last thing I'll say, because I know Alex didn't want to spend 30 minutes talking on this, but it's to his detriment sometimes, because sometimes I'm like, dude, you have your hot route right there. You didn't have to run. And sometimes he runs around and throws a pick. But yeah.
At least he doesn't get concussions like Tua does if he gets hit once. But we'll get off that.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
Hope you're doing better, Tua.
Yeah. I know you care deeply for him, don't you, Taylor?
Yeah. I know he's a regular listener.
Okay, so we'll go over some of the games last week and talk about some of our takes. So the first thing I want to talk about is Caleb Williams. Last week we talked about Caleb Williams, and we were kind of not sure if he's that guy. We said we need to watch him one more game. We said the Jaguars game will be a good show for him, and he did look very impressive. Coming out party, he's kind of had a coming out party for a little bit now. Because, I mean, you looked at his fingernails, you could tell he was coming out. But mainly with the football portion of it, he has been looking really good, making a lot of really good throws. So I think it might be safe to say that he will not be a bust. I think he will, no matter what, he'll be an okay quarterback, and I think he will be able to be kind of at the least, just to be able to get backup. At the most, he could be a possible MVP candidate in the future, but that's a lot of time will come with that. But Taylor, what do you feel about Bo Nix? Caleb Williams and his last game.
Oh, he's no Bo Nix, I'll tell you that. You know what? He's going to be fine. He really is. He's going to be fine. He's looked good against shitty defenses so far. Sorry, including my Indianapolis Colts. But the point is I think he's going to be fine. They're going to have to build the team around him to kind of get him an offensive line. First of all, 90% of the time, when a rookie quarterback struggles, a lot of it has to do with the offensive line. That's why you don't really start rookie quarterbacks. I always thought last year them starting Bryce Young was stupid because of that reason. Um, can get him hurt, but each week he's gotten better. He does not. I want to give their who's their offensive coordinator? Do we? I don't know, but I want to give him credit because
Mike
I see a,
Ditka.
I see a lot of
Fuck
people.
McGee.
Yeah, dumb fuck McGee. I think it's Houston McBride actually. Um, he
He's gonna watch this and find you.
okay, man. He I love you, Houston. He not really. He I lost my train of thought. He's
You think
taking a
about
lot of
Houston
heat.
McBride?
No, 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 no. He
It's
took
Jay
a
Hagan.
okay. Jay Hagan is someone.
He's gonna hack you after this. He's gonna hack
He
you.
all right, seriously,
Stop,
guys.
stop, sorry.
All right,
He
chill out, chill out.
Not calling out
he took a lot
names.
of he took a lot of heat. He took a lot of
Yeah,
heat
we
early
didn't just
on.
drop some names. Sorry, bro.
So we might
Just kidding.
we might edit a
Don't put me on
portion of
your
this
list.
out. We might edit a portion of this out. He took a lot of heat early on because he was simplifying the playbook, and all the Bears fans, which I know one, were like, open the playbook, let him know. He's done a good job of slowly
Is that what they said?
open it. Yeah.
They said, ah,
Yeah.
like an idiot.
Max, why don't you talk, you fuckhead? If
Y'all
Max is with,
chill. Let's
Uh,
stay on topic. Stay on topic, please. We got this.
The Bears suck ass. I don't want to talk about them.
They won. They played good. I will say the one thing
I
I
don't
think
care.
about them that's helped Caleb Williams out the most is getting Swift involved and having a run game that's really been able to get him opening up the field some to be able to make some of those passes. Do you have anything that you'd like to add next?
Caleb Williams. He paints his fingernails. That's it.
Thank you. So the Titans and the Colts. I know y'all last week kind of had a back and forth about who was going to win. Oddly enough, y'all were saying it's
I was
the
right.
other.
I was glad you're
It's
right.
oddly enough, it was y'all going back and forth saying the other team is going to win. But yeah, y'all go ahead. Y'all
Pause. I said if Joe Burrow starts, we might just win because Will Levis is fucking stupid.
Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow.
Wow, I've had a rough start. Joe
Hey,
Burrow.
guy.
If Joe Burrow start, we were gonna win. Joe Flacco.
Hey, guy. I said. I said as long as Will Levis starts, the Colts will win, and the Colts won. My team sucks worse than your team, so I win.
I mean, and I meant Joe Flacco, but in my defense, he has looked like Joe Burrow the last couple of weeks.
Joe Flacco can sling it. That's who I need to bump Anthony Richardson. Joe Flacco taking the playoffs.
Yeah, because he's really young. He's like 56 years old.
Listen, he took the Browns to the playoffs last year.
Yeah. What about Deshaun's not taking him to the playoffs? I'll tell you that.
Fuck no, Deshaun. Like I said, we know what needs to happen.
So one thing I will say about Joe Flacco, it's safe to say that he is elite. He is that guy. He had that season last year. It's kind of surprising that the Browns got rid of him and traded him away with how bad Deshaun Watson is on and off the field. Yeah,
they have to. They're stuck with Deshaun.
The money, I mean, they just traded away Amari Cooper to the Bills, which I think that makes the Bills are really good.
And
they
he's
needed
on
a
my
one
fantasy.
receiver. Yeah, they needed a one receiver, and I think they got him now. That's all. I don't really have anything to add about the Titans game. I don't really care about it.
Both teams suck. Who cares?
It was the battle of ass.
Colts are better than Titans, but not by a whole lot. But they're better.
I was gonna say the
quarterback's better.
The battle of ass was a fun game to watch. Ravens and Commanders. So I know we were talking about Jaden Daniels, and Max actually had a couple bets last week with Jaden Daniels in it. It did not hit. It was close. It was so close. But Ravens did come out on top. But I will say, Commanders, you don't really like taking a moral victory, but they stuck in the entire game, and they looked good. They looked like a team that will be around for the rest of the season. So, Max, what do you have to say about Ravens and Commanders?
I think the Ravens are really good. I really like the Commanders too. I think the Commanders can be a playoff team if Jaden Daniels can continue to keep getting better. The Ravens, Ravens are going to be one of those teams that they can win a Super Bowl if they're clicking right. But it was a good game, really close.
Yeah, Taylor.
It was the best game of the weekend. I was impressed with Jaden. I mean, he went into a tough situation. That's a tough place to play, Baltimore. I mean, on the field and in the streets, but you know,
You see that video, that guy beating those people up?
yeah, that was pretty
That's
bad.
pretty cool.
Yeah. I watched who I was in. Zay Flowers impressed me. I know we're talking about Jaden Daniels, but Zay Flowers had a game. I hope you had him in fantasy
I
or
had him
weren't
on my
playing.
prize pick. All I needed was Jaden Daniels to get his rushing touchdown. We would have hit, baby.
And then they finally, I think a lot of people were expecting that to be like remember like the Chiefs Rams game from like 5 or 6 years ago though. Oh, it's gonna be 54-51. But I think the Ravens just thought we're at home, we're gonna play this pretty conservative because I thought they did. Lamar threw his first pick of the year, which is what week are we in? Week 7? Week 6? It's pretty late for your
Yeah,
first
one of
pick.
those.
No, but the Commanders did prove to me that they are going. I think they're a playoff team, like because they were in that game the whole time. And that's really all I have on that. But yeah, I was impressed by both of them. It was two good teams playing. Home team won. Welcome to the NFL.
Zay Flowers has been looking really good. I mean, I didn't really see him as a number one receiver type of receiver, but he's kind of been showing it this year. Also, I wish the Commanders would have got the ball back at the end of the game just to be able to try. That would have been fun to watch.
Can I say one more thing on this?
Mm-hmm.
As somebody that has Lamar Jackson as their fantasy quarterback, there's nothing more frustrating than Derrick fucking Henry. And I mean that with all due respect. To Derrick Henry, but motherfucker, go down. Like last weekend against the fucking Bengals, I thought he was just gonna run it in the fucking end zone in overtime.
You get in the goal line, they're giving that thing to D. Henry.
Dude, I was sitting in my house, and I was sitting not in my house. I was sitting at the cabin, and I was watching it. I think like one of my cousins walked in or something like that. And, like Lamar fell down on the 1 yard line. You're fucking weird as shit.
Roll Tide, baby.
This podcast is from Alabama, brother.
Roll Tide, baby.
Me and Max are both.
I can't remember. It might have been Parker there. I don't know. But like Lamar fell down on like the 2 yard line. I fucking almost broke the TV. I fucking threw the remote at it. And I'm like, why the fuck are you freaking out? I was like, he ain't getting touched again. That's happened so much time. So Derrick Henry, please stop. I think Derrick Henry has took the disrespect and shoved it up right back where it came from because everybody thought he was washed. He's the best running back in the league.
He hasn't had a bad year.
He's still the best
Yeah, like since
Can we talk about that? The type of running back? The type of running.
Yeah, 2018, he's been the best running back in the league.
Can we talk about the fact that he's that type of running back? He's not the shifty. Well, he is shifty, but he's still very physical, and he's made it like 9 years in the league already, and he's
been hurt once.
He's only been hurt once. Insane. But that's all I have on that.
Once, and that if he didn't fracture his foot, he would have had back-to-back 2,000-yard rushing seasons, and he would have been one of the greatest. I mean, I still think he's one of the greatest of all time, but he would have been no doubt one of the greatest of all time if he got that back-to-back 2K, because nobody's ever got more than one 2K seasons.
He won't get 2K in Baltimore just because Lamar's there. Just because Lamar's there. But I'm glad my favorite team didn't trade him or let him go. I can't remember what's happened. I think they just let him go.
It had to happen, but they let everybody go. They fired everybody.
I was gonna say it's safe to say that he wasn't, because I remember they were kind of talking like, is Derrick Henry that guy anymore? But it wasn't him that fell off. It was just the Titans suck, and all they have to do is stack the line against them. He is gonna be maybe one of the last running backs to reach that 10,000 yards mark. He's right there. I think he's actually about to hit it next game.
Yeah.
He is definitely Hall of Fame caliber. It's kind of, especially in today's NFL. It's kind of hard to do that.
Doubt Hall of Fame.
Yeah, it's definitely more favor to the quarterback. But yep. Let's talk about the Lions. Lions look really good, but also Aiden Hutchinson broke his leg, man. That's tough to see. He was going to Defensive Player of the Year. I mean, he was playing great, leading the league in sacks. He was a game changer. I still think the Lions are going to be a great team. I mean, they have Brian Branch and they have the other guy. I can't remember his name right now, but two of the top 5 leaders in interceptions this year. But it's definitely going to have an effect on that defensive line. But I think the thing for the Lions wasn't their defense carrying them to say. I think it's how good their offense is. But definitely a huge loss for Aiden Hutchinson. I hope he recovers. It's always good to just have a really dominant defensive lineman play the game. It's just really fun to watch it. It makes the game interesting. Do you have anything to add to that? The
Well,
Lions.
I'm glad that you got that. Yeah, we all hope he's okay. Do you guys think that? I mean, Alex might have said this, but do you guys think that hurts them in the long run?
Yes.
I do too, and it sucks because
So
I think.
hey, so like I just thought you were about to say, you guys think that hurt? Like,
You know what? You know what's
you said
crazy?
that.
You know what's crazy is you know what's crazy is I've talked to some people that have had those injuries, and sometimes it doesn't necessarily because you're in shock. But yeah, do you think in the long run that makes? Because I thought going into that game and during that game they were the favorite to win the NFC.
Uh,
I mean, I know the Vikings but I just don't trust the Vikings.
it's the NFC North with the Browns, Vikings.
No, not the Browns. It's the
I
Vikings,
meant
the Packers,
Bears.
the
You don't
Bears,
trust the
Packers.
Vikings? They're 5-0.
I meant Bears. I'm just talking about
Oh, I
I'm
trust
talking
them.
about
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say how good the NFC North is this year. Like it is kind of crazy. I still think I'll say I think the Lions are probably gonna win it. I think they're the favorites. Vikings, it's hard to trust Sam Darnold, which is weird because he's played good. He's played, I mean, the last couple games, not as good, but I think their defense is really good, and that'll keep them in most games, and that's the key. I would still lean towards the Lions, maybe just because I think they're the more fun team to watch. But
Good game this weekend.
very good
Lions
game.
Vikings.
That'll be a fun one. Max, you have anything else to add to this?
Nope.
All right, fair enough. Last NFL topic from this past week. It's not a game, but it happened this past week. Jets getting Davante Adams, the Aaron Rodgers Davante Adams reconnection, rekindle everything that they used to have. Jets have still been playing bad, but now their offense, I mean, Garrett Wilson, Davante Adams, you got Breece Hall back there, Aaron Rodgers. If they can start getting things going, I think they can go on a streak and get into the playoffs, and I wouldn't want to play a team with them. I will say they should have won last week against the Bills. Their kicker kind of sold the game for them. But yeah, getting Davante Adams is huge. Also, my fantasy team, I had Davante Adams. He hasn't been playing. I'm definitely going to start him. They said he's playing already. It's funny how those injuries just go away once you find a team that you like playing for. So I'm excited. I think Davante Adams will add a whole new dimension and also open it up for Garrett Wilson and Breece Hall because that is someone you have to take into account every single game.
Yeah, me and Alex are playing in fantasy one of our leagues this week, and I have Garrett Wilson. So it's always. I still think in the end that's going to help Garrett Wilson. I know Max has him in one of ours. I think in the end that's going to help because I understand he might not be wide receiver 1, but he's not going to have cornerback 1 on him. Because they didn't have anybody else really. I mean,
yeah,
they're running the ghost of Mike Williams out there.
Yep. Max, anything? Nope.
Max says nah.
Nah, just same thing Taylor said. I got Garrett Wilson. Hopefully it helps me.
Yeah, hopefully it helps you. All right, let's go ahead and we're going to talk about a little bit of fantasy football. I don't have too much to add on this. We're going to talk about who to add, who's on the waivers, who you should drop, who you shouldn't. One thing that's big for me this week is that I have Nick Chubb, and Nick Chubb is scheduled to come back. I'm not going to start him, but we're watching. We're watching closely.
Hey, just if everybody watched Pod last week, I told you to pick up Tank Dell. If you didn't, you made a big mistake.
Thank you for telling me to start him.
Did you start him in one of your leagues?
Yep, and I won. He did.
And
good.
I picked him up in our other league. Scored 18 points.
Yep. Besides that, Tank Bigsby, if you haven't got him, go look at him.
Can we talk about this real quick, Alex? Was it you that dropped Deontay Johnson? from your fantasy league?
Yes.
You're a dumbass for that.
Why did you do that? I'm with Max here. Why'd you
I
do
got him. He's been balling.
Like the first week?
Yeah.
Yeah, he sucked. With Bryce Young
But,
throwing to him?
bruh, have you seen what he's been doing?
Nope, haven't looked.
Go look at his
Oh, you
stats.
dropped him when he still had Bryce Young. I thought you dropped him after he they
He
decided to
dropped him
bench Bryce Young.
early. I just said I'll scoop him, and then he
Wow.
started clown. I mean, 20 points plus a week.
You gotta be patient with the younger guys.
So I just want to say you're dumb.
Hell, there's somebody in our league that dropped Malik Neighbors after week 1, and I picked him up.
Somebody, I think Sunshine dropped somebody that was really good. I tried to get him, but somebody got him before me. I can't remember who it was.
You know who else I dropped?
Who?
Chuba Hubbard.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cuba.
Oh well. Okay, let's go ahead and get into our NFL picks. So there's one going on right now. Broncos at the Saints. Let's see who's winning. I'll pick who's winning.
Broncos 13-0.
I'll go with the Broncos to win this game. Something in my gut really tells me that they're gonna win. Anybody else?
Broncos.
I'm gonna say Broncos because the Saints quarterback looks like Ratatouille.
Spencer Rattler. Yeah, he's not very good to look at. No. Patriots at Jags. So this game is in London. It's gonna be Jags favored 5.5. The over under is 42.5. Taylor, start it off. Who you got?
Is anybody actually going to get up and watch this game? I guess the Jags minus 5.5. But good God, what an awful football game!
Max?
Give me the Jags. The Patriots should change their name to the Communist because they're not Patriots. They don't love this country. They're not good at football.
All right. I'm going with the Patriots. I think Drake May looked decent actually last week. He kind of has a nice deep ball.
Yeah, he looked decent when they were down 30-14.
So
they were never beating the Texans.
Yeah.
So
I think I don't think Ramondre Stevenson's playing, so that's going to hurt them. I think it's just one of those games out in London that no one really cares about.
I bet those games suck for the players. Like that has to suck.
So and you should have added this. Here's why I'm going Jacksonville. This is another reason. The Jags played their last weekend and stayed.
They're still there, yeah.
And they stayed, and the New England had to fly out last Monday or whatever. So
the Jags. That should have been one of my locks.
Y'all jagging off?
We're jagging off, baby.
I'm jagging off this week.
All right, nice. This is a fun one. Lions at Vikings. Minnesota is favored by 2.5. At least they were at the time I put these.
1.5.
1.5 now. Cool.
Yeah.
I put these in, I think like Monday or Tuesday, something like that.
It might have been, Tuesday.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm gonna start this one off. Give it the Vikings. The Vikings defense. I think they've looked really good. Their offense looked good. Justin Jefferson's been awesome. Addison's back. Also, what's his name? Running back, Aaron Jones. Is he's okay now? I know
he should be playing. I think.
Okay.
He's probably gonna get like a label or a destination, like a probable or a questionable, but I imagine he plays.
I like the way they're playing. I think at the Vikings will help them out a lot, and mainly just their defense. Defense looks sharp. The Lions, like we talked about previously, they don't have Aiden Hutchinson. Aiden Hutchinson has a big deal to do with their team, but it's their offense. I think their offense will be slowed down just enough for the Vikings to cover the 2.5. I think they probably win by a field goal. It's a close game. It'll be a really fun one to watch. Who wants to go? Y'all can pick it out. I don't care.
I got the Lions. I got the Lions. I do like the Vikings. I think they're a good team. I think the Lions are rolling right now. I know Aiden Hutchinson's a big loss, but he don't play offense, so I got the Lions.
Taylor?
I'm doing Lions money line. I don't like the 2.5s and stuff like that. I think if they cover, they're gonna win. If they don't, they're gonna lose. Kind of like the Bills thing last week.
Yeah.
So give me Max is actually right, absolutely right. Like, I started that conversation about their defense, but the Lions are not. Their defense has been good, but they're gonna win games with their offense. I think make a statement here. They have the better quarterback in this game. That's why I like them.
Yeah, Goff's looked really good this year.
The Vikings might have the better overall wide receiver, but the Lions still have a better wide receiver core.
Yeah, they do. They definitely do. Titans and Bills. So Titans are. It is
At,
a eight. It is a, yeah. They're at the Bills. It's an 8.5-point favorite for the Bills. 42.5 over under. Give me the Bills. am excited to see what Amari Cooper does in his first game. I think the Bills, they should have lost, like I already said. They should have lost to the Jets, but Titans suck. Will Levis is probably playing, right? He's starting still.
Mhm.
That won't last too much longer. Yeah,
It
give me the
should.
Bills. Not much to say. Taylor,
I'm with you. Bills, they cover.
that's a big cover. I will say that.
So I agree, but I could just see the Bills winning 27-13 or something like that.
Yeah.
So it's not really that big of a leap for me. It's in Buffalo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Give me. I've watched that game before with different teams when the shitty teams go in there and play in Buffalo.
Yeah. Max.
8.5's a lot. I do want to take the Titans, but I think I'm
Roll with
gonna.
them.
We'll go Titans to cover. I think the Bills still win, but maybe by less than 9. So
A little backdoor cover from the Titans, possibly.
possibly.
Yeah, I like that. I could see it happening. Okay. Dolphins at the Colts. Taylor, I'll let you be first on this one. Tell me what's happening.
Who is not back yet? Is he?
Nope.
And what is the line?
3.5.
Give me the Colts. It's in Indianapolis. They do play a lot better in Indianapolis than they do on the road. Anthony Richardson is playing. They've already announced that. I will go ahead and tell you all that. But I
Why?
think because you drafted him, you need to see if he's the real deal. You're not winning a Super Bowl this year, so if Joe Flacco
Yeah.
gives you 4 extra wins, who gives a fuck really? What's the difference between 8-8 and 4-13 or whatever? You know what I'm saying? Like it's purgatory.
Worst
You'd
draft
rather
picks.
yeah, you'd rather be if you're gonna be shitty in the there's nothing like NBA too, nothing worse than being just completely average. That's why I hate the Hawks. But yeah, give me Colts. I think I the Dolphins offense has looked better. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's gotten better
They
with
got
that.
a win last week. I mean,
Yeah, I like the Colts
but
at
it
home.
was against. Was that last week or the week before that? Against
I
the
think they had a
Patriots.
bye, but it was against
Yeah.
the
Okay.
Patriots.
Yeah.
But I like the Colts to cover. Colts have played good at home this year. They've only lost to Houston, and that was like a 5-point game.
Max.
Colts, same. I got Colts covering. Dolphins without Tua are like Tua when he's in another realm.
Interesting. That was a very interesting take right there. I agree. Uh, I have the Colts winning. I have them covering. I'm curious to see if A Chain comes and plays. He's not. I mean, yeah, I know he had a concussion. He's on my fantasy team, and before Tua got hurt, he was balling out. So, and after that, he hasn't really done much. But yeah, I agree. I still think I understand like you got to start AR, but I mean, if y'all are playing better with Joe Flacco, then yeah. But I mean, they're not going to win a Super Bowl, so what's the point?
Yeah, I don't want to. I don't even want to make the. And I know we're going through this fast, but I'll just say, if you told me, but you'll make the playoffs, it's like the last team if you start Joe Flacco, and you'll suck if you start Anthony Richardson. Just start Anthony Richardson. I could care less about losing in the first round of
Yeah,
the
you
playoffs.
might get the draft Jalen Milrow if you do that.
I absolutely would do it.
Mm-hmm.
He's what they want Anthony Richardson to be.
Yeah,
Oof, that's a hot take.
I like
Maybe.
it. I like it. Okay, Max, Seahawks at Falcons. The Falcons are favored by 3. The over under is 50.5. Who you got?
Give me the Falcons to cover. I like the way Kirk's kind of been getting better each week, and the Falcons just look. They've been in tight games, but when it matters, they make plays. And the Seahawks, they've lost, I think, 2 in a row. Give me the Falcons. They're at home.
Taylor.
I like the Falcons as well. They, like Max has said, a scary aspect about they have a lot of talent and they've started off so they haven't played a complete game, but they've gotten better each week. You can see it. Like they're figuring out, oh, we're good. I really like the Falcons. What they could make a deep run in the NFC playoffs, I think.
So this game for me was hard. It's one of those things where do I want to finally just buy in with them, buy in with the Falcons that they're a good team, and I just feel there's going to be that game where they're just like, oh man, this is the same old Falcons as usual. This is the same old Kirk Cousins as usual. He's going to do some stupid stuff. He's going to play bad. And the Seahawks have had the past 2 games they've lost, and they haven't played that well. So I think this could be one of those games where the Seahawks show up and the Falcons don't. I actually have the Seahawks, and I have them just cover it. Like, not covering, I have them winning.
Money line?
Yes, I have Seahawks money line. Geno Smith is actually has the second most passing yards in the NFL, I believe. It's somewhere around there. He's top 5 at least. I know that.
Really?
Well, the NFL's also passing yards and touchdowns this year I saw is way down from since 2001.
What's up with that?
The too high safety. I saw a video on it. How it's being used.
Did you see Mel Kiper's dumbass say they need to ban that?
Yeah, that's so dumb.
What the fuck?
You know how you stop the too high safety?
You fucking
you get a Derrick Henry and just run that motherfucker. Yeah. And make him come down.
Run the ball. Yeah. I mean, you be honest with you. You know how else you can start it. You can bring RPOs in the league. I mean, that's a dumb take. That dude's like a professional. Like he's been doing it. Like that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. That's like telling, no, I'll stop.
The defense already can't hit the quarterback. Already can't hit receivers coming across the middle. So
now they can't
have too high safety.
Imagine being like, no, you can't have 2 guys back there.
Yeah.
You got to leave. That's stupid.
They should allow it, but they should allow the defense to have 12 players on the field.
Hey, Dan Lanning. You saw how they changed that, right?
They changed it immediately. It was one of those things.
If you intentionally do it now, if you do it intentionally now,
how can they say you do it intentionally or not?
If he participates in the play, if he's trying to run off the field and he's not, then it's not. But if he participates, they add.
Well, what happens if he doesn't realize that? Like that happens all the time. If a guy doesn't realize that he's on,
we'll see.
It's already a penalty.
What if someone just acts like it?
But the problem with the penalty is it. Like late in a game, like you can get that penalty and you lose that time. And like the Oregon didn't care about 3rd to 1st down. They were trying to get one less play. Anyways, this is the NFL.
Hold on. Run pass option thing. You can't do that in the NFL. Am I stupid?
No, you can't.
Man, they just don't.
They just don't.
Okay.
I'm saying there's ways around it.
I mean, they do some, but not like college.
Is it like, and Alex tell me, zone's not banned in the NBA, is it? Or is zone banned in the NBA?
I think zone is banned in the NBA.
Or is it just not used? It's kind of like
I'm pretty sure it's banned. I'm pretty sure you have to play man-to-man.
I don't think so. I want to look it up, though.
I may be dumb for saying that, but...
Well, I thought I heard it was banned, too, but I thought that...
that was just what I've thought growing up.
Yeah, me too. I thought it was banned. Or maybe it's just like, you don't play that or something. Don't do that. Actually, I think it is because I think you have to. Oh, nice pass, Bo. Did he just fucking drop that?
Yep.
Off his back foot. Saints are terrible.
Kool-Aid McKinstry.
No, it's not banned.
It's not banned, but they just don't use it a lot. Similar principle.
It was banned at one point. It is not banned.
Okay.
I mean, I would think it was dumb if it was banned. That's like cover 2.
Yeah.
There's ways of fucking around it. There's ways around it. I mean, that's the whole point. We're playing a game. Don't handicap one side.
NBA basketball does start soon, and we'll have to talk about it. I'll talk about it.
You'll talk about it.
LeBron still sucks.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways, Texans and Packers. This is gonna be a really fun game. Seeing.
It's a good week.
Yeah, I know. This is gonna be fun. Seeing the Texans at the Packers. 2 really good quarterbacks. I'm excited to see. But I personally think that Packers at home, I think they have it. They're only favored by 2.5. So CJ Stroud, He's had a good year. Definitely not as good as last year, but this will be a good game. I really don't know. This game could go either way for me. I'm trying to think. I don't know why. Right, Jordan Love. Thank you, God. I was trying to think of the quarterback's name. I couldn't remember it. Jordan Love back from injury. Packers have a super deep receiving core, and they even got Christian Watson back. He's probably going to end up pulling his hamstring again soon. But having a 6'5" receiver on the outside just to throw a little jump ball in the end zone is always helpful. And then also for their running back, Josh Jacobs has been doing pretty good. Nothing crazy, but he's been able to be a reliable running back. But same thing with the Texans. Joe Mixon's looked good. Taylor talked about Tank Dell being able to step in. Stephon Diggs been looking good. Dalton Schultz. This is gonna be an interesting game. This could go either way. I'm gonna go with the home team just because it's the NFL. Packers cover.
I'll take a Packers money line. I'm gonna be a little bitch here, but um, I think it's a fun game. If I'm not mistaken, he leads in something because you were saying Geno is second. Is Jordan Love first in passing yards? I think he is, or he
No,
might be. He's first in touchdown passes. He was first in something going into last week.
he got hurt. I don't think there's a way that he's the leader. He was out for 2 games.
I thought it, or maybe it's like fourth quarter passing yards or something like that. I don't know. I just was listening to Red Zone and they were talking about it for a second.
I can
But
check.
yeah, and I'll let Matt go while you do that. But I like Packers money line to win. That's going to be a good game. That I hope those are those both 12 o'clock games. I'll look that up. But go ahead, Max.
Yeah, I like Packers money line as well. I think their defense is very good. I don't know. I can see Texans winning too. Texans are really good too, but the Packers have been playing well. I'm gonna go with the Packers at home.
And you're taking money line, or are you taking just a
Money
cover?
line, money line.
Geno Smith, #1 in passing yards. I was right.
Mhm.
I can't find touchdowns on here. I don't know why that's so difficult. But
It's fine. It's not really worth it.
Okay. Let's see. Bengals at the Browns. So Deshaun Weinstein is back at it again. Not looking very good. Um, Browns are in purgatory. I'm excited to see Nick Chubb play. I wonder how many carries he's going to get. Bengals win. Joe Burrow has been doing really good this year, having a great season, one of his best seasons that he's had. Bengals cover 5.5. That's all I have to say about it.
Do you guys think that Deshaun partied with Diddy? I mean, I think this is a fair question. I think it's a very fair question.
No, I think Deshaun is like
But maybe with all that
I
baby
think he
oil,
just goes to massage parlors and just like.
but you'd have to think, I mean, with all that baby oil that Diddy was buying, I mean, there might have been
Deshaun Jackson.
Deshaun Coxon. I think Deshaun Coxon chokes again on his own cock and the Bengals cover.
All right.
Yeah, Bengals cover Browns. I'll never bet on the Browns again after this. I'll never after Deshaun. You know what needs to happen? We all know what needs to happen. He needs to get
Diddied.
diddled. Yeah.
All right.
Deshaun Diddy is actually his new name on the podcast. Deshaun Diddy.
I'm just gonna give him a new nickname every single week. Last week was Deshaun Cosby. This week goes Deshaun Weinstein. So we'll think of a new one next week. Eagles at the Giants. Max, you got it. The Giants are plus 3.5. The over under is 42.5. Who you got?
Is AJ Brown back and everybody's back?
I want to say yes.
Give me the Eagles cover. No, yep. Eagles cover. I just think they're better. Daniel Jones is a fucking scarecrow. I don't know what he is, but he does. It actually hasn't played bad lately. But if AJ Brown and Devontae Smith are playing, I like the Eagles.
Devontae Smith is playing. Taylor, go ahead.
Malik Neighbors is playing too. So he's back first time in 2 weeks. because I want him and need him to have a big game, I'm taking Giants plus 3.5.
Okay.
That's all I have on that. I don't know if I'll watch a lot of that game.
AJ Brown is playing as well, Max. Jalen Hurts definitely needs to do. I know he's had a lot of injuries at receiver, so it's hard to ask a lot more of him. Eagles have been just kind of very quiet this year. It's not like there's much coming from them. They haven't played well. They haven't played super awful. I do think at the end of the year, the Eagles will be a playoff team, and I do think they are a scary one to play. Just think they have the DNA in them to be a really good team. Uh, Giants, Neighbors is playing. Quarterback's been playing better. I still take the Eagles, though. I think the Eagles will cover. Okay, Raiders at the Rams. I don't really have much to say about this one. I heard that the Rams might be getting Cooper Kupp back this week. That'd be really big for them. Kyron Williams have been playing good. I have the Rams. The Raiders suck. I have the Rams to cover. That's all.
Rams. I mean, the Raiders have quit. Like they literally gave up. They want to lose. So
Yeah, Rams.
Both teams are going to get their wanted result this weekend.
Rams have a quarterback. They win.
Fair enough. Okay. Panthers at Commanders. Taylor, you want to cover this one? Commanders are favored by 7.5.
Commanders bats about big. Bounce back big. They cover. That's all I have on that.
Max?
I'm going to switch it up here. I'm going to go Panthers cover. I think it can maybe be a close game. I think the Red Rocket can make something happen with Deontay Johnson and Chuba Hubbard. They could, I think the Commanders win, but I think the Panthers could cover. I think it could be a close game.
I actually could see that as well. I think it could be one of the sneaky games coming off a big one, but I do have the Commanders. Honestly, I wouldn't bet on this game. I think I'm actually kind of scared of what Max just said from happening, and I think it is really sneaky. The one thing I would put money on is that Jay Daniels has more rushing yards than whatever they are. He's been running the ball really well this past couple, just the whole time he's been here, actually. So that's one thing
I would bet the over on it for sure.
52.5.
Yeah.
Okay. Chiefs at 49ers. This one sounded a lot more fun at the beginning of the year. I still think this one can be a really good game, especially it being at the 49ers. Chiefs have been good, but it seems like they just always play a close game with anyone. 49ers have been on and off, but they did win last week. So give me the Chiefs. I still think the Chiefs will win. I think their defense is just really good, and I think they always figure out a way to win. So that's all I have.
Chiefs, and it was -1. San Francisco's
1.5. It said it's even for money line, but it's -1.5 for 49ers. Yeah.
This is a good Sunday. Just a good Sunday. Give me the. Man, that's a toss up. Give me Chiefs money line. I think the Chiefs make a statement.
Give me 49ers. And they win it at home.
I think they could. I think
Brock Purdy's been playing good. He's been hitting George Kittle. George Kittle's been playing really good.
Yeah, he has.
They got a decent running back. Even McCaffrey's out. Mason's pretty good. I think the 49ers can win it. The Chiefs offense, past 2 years really hasn't been as explosive. I mean, they managed to find ways to win, but I think the 49ers could get up on them early, and the Chiefs don't have enough to come back.
The key is if they can get Taylor Swift involved early.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Travis Kelce actually did play good the past 2 games. Finally, he's been kind of
fucking loser. Fucking lost me like 4 fantasy games this year.
You mean Pfizer boy?
Yeah,
Pfizer boy. I mean, he got paid a shit ton of money for that. I almost don't blame him.
I'd be Pfizer boy. That's what I'm
saying. Yeah, I was about to say. I see how people.
Personally, they couldn't pay me enough. I would never do it.
Shut the fuck up.
Jets at Steelers. This is another good game. The Steelers have a very good defense. Apparently, Russell Wilson is starting. They kicked Justin Fields to the side, and this is going to be Russell Wilson's first game back. So that'll be cool to see. I don't think it really changes the offense too much. I think it'll probably be the same. if anything, I think they lost a little bit more of their run threat. That was kind of helping
I
them
did not know.
out.
I did not know that, and I just changed my pick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, he that's what I saw. So if he's not, then Justin Fields could be starting. But that's what I saw that Russ Wilson was starting.
No,
Uh,
I just looked it up when you said that. He has been
okay,
taking he's been taking first team reps in practice this
that's
week.
so funny how everyone's been hyping up Justin Fields QB1, QB1. Now that Russell Wilson's feeling better, they're like, okay, see. I wouldn't be surprised if Russ starts off bad that they just bring in Justin Fields instantly now. But I will say Wilson does have a little bit of a better deep ball. But anyways, Jets. I have the Jets winning. Devontae Adams is going to hold a whole new aspect to this offense. It's going to open up the receiving and the passing. If y'all been watching Aaron Rodgers, he's made some bad throws, but he still has that little bit of a speck in him where when he throws some of those balls, they're just dimes. I mean, he has, I hate to say this, but that little just flick it just soars. He has such a pretty like ball that he throws. So give me the Jets. They also have a good defense, and the Steelers' offense isn't that good. Shout out to Najee Harris. He actually had a big run last week, and he doesn't do that often. But Max.
Jets money line. Same stuff you said. I don't know how much Devontae Adams will, figure out this week if he'll have that big of a role.
Run straight. That's all he has to do.
I mean, yeah, not really. He's more of a route runner, and he's got to know,
Him
But I
and
mean, if they're doing what he's done before, then maybe. But
It's the same offense, I believe.
yeah, him and Aaron Rodgers have that connection too. So Aaron
No,
Rodgers can tell him what to do, and he'll be able to do it.
well, I get what Max is saying though. There's having a connection and knowing the route tree, but I think
he hasn't thrown to him all year, like
Garrett Wilson. I still think Garrett Wilson's going to end up with more.
yeah. I
But
think Garrett
I
Wilson
mean,
would be the guy in this game, but
yeah.
I would pick the Jets even if they didn't have Devontae Adams. Is what I'm saying.
I didn't tell you this, but the over under for this game is 36.5.
Russell Wilson's playing.
Yeah.
I'm not touching the over.
I love the over. I love it. Give it to me.
This is the weekend's over. So about time we started with some overs.
Yeah, I love the over for this game.
Can I attach that to you? So you want me to attach that to it or not?
I can give the over lock for this week. Yeah, I'll do that.
Well, I'm just saying, do you want Jets money line what did you pick? Just Jets to cover?
I had Jets winning. You can do both of them.
All right.
Garrett, pick one. They're both hitting. Taylor, who you got?
Jets money line.
Jets money line.
Russell Wilson. Russell fucking Wilson.
This NFL week is crazy. The
next
game is the Ravens at the Bucks.
Is that the Sunday night game?
Yes.
Okay, I was about to say because I was mad earlier that the Vikings and the Lions and the Texans and the Packers were playing at the same time, but I was like, fuck, I forgot the 49ers and Chiefs were playing.
Ravens favored by 3.5.
Yes. I'll go first on this one.
Where's it at?
It is at the
Tampa Bay.
Bucks. Actually, Taylor, you got this.
And the Ravens are favored by 3.5.
Yeah, that's when we put it in. I'll see if it's changed any, but they were at
we're gonna go with what we put it in, but just look that up for the hell of it. But
gotcha.
Yeah, give me the Buccaneers plus 3.5. That's a interesting line.
Same. Bucks.
It's still the same. Still the same line. It hasn't changed.
Give me the Bucks too.
Man, I love this game. I mean, y'all been watching the Ravens. Henry's been running it crazy. Jackson's been throwing it like crazy. If you watch the Bucks against the Saints last week,
the Falcons, you mean? Oh, the Saints too. They've had 2 good games in a row.
Yeah, the Bucks, they played the Saints last week, and Mayfield had 3 interceptions, but he threw for 4 touchdowns. This game could be fun. 48.5 over under. Man, I actually like that over as well. The big bet I like this week is the Ravens have been not good against the pass. They give up a lot of pass yards, and the Bucks love to do that. So I'd put Baker Mayfield over. The last time I looked it up, and it was on Prize Picks, was it 257? And Baker Mayfield will hit probably like 190, I think, possibly in the first half. He has been slinging it recently. So all that said, oh man, Ravens money line is so just horrible for me to say, but give it to me.
I got you.
Yeah, it's a weak one. It's really weak. But
I did it earlier. I did it early. I did it earlier with the Packers or whatever. I think. Yeah.
Final game of the week. Monday night game. This is a bad Monday night game. Chargers at the Cardinals. Kyler Murray running around like a short little leprechaun, skipping, throwing the ball deep. It's pretty cool to see. He really inspires me as a 5'7" man myself.
You're 5'5" at best.
Not when I wear my boots. Chargers, I called it last week how they were going to play against the Broncos. I said their offense that they play really limits like the turnovers that they'll have that the Broncos want to commit, and they kind of stuck to that. Arizona, let's see. Arizona's the underdog of this game. Is still at the Cardinals. Give me the Cardinals. I think the Cardinals will win.
What's the line?
2.5. Taylor, you got it.
Yeah. I'll take Cardinals plus 2.5 as well.
Give me the Chargers cover. I've been betting Kyler Murray the past couple weeks to throw 2 touchdowns, and he just can't fucking do it. So fuck him. Fuck the Cardinals. I hope Hamas sends some rockets over to Arizona.
You can't bring up Hamas every single week.
He brought up Ukraine last time. He's mixing it up.
I mix it up a lot.
Okay.
All right.
Fantasy war, man.
Not Hamas. The Irish IRA. I hope they come back and blow up the Arizona Cardinals facility to hopefully build some adversity for them so Kyler Murray can throw 2 fucking touchdowns in a game for once. So give me the Chargers. J.K. Dobbins running the rock right down their little throats.
Before we end this segment and go to, oh my gosh, the FBI, please don't come get us.
It was the look that Max gave me after he said, run it down their little throats. He said,
you knew what he meant. You knew what he meant. I'm gonna, for my, and we don't have to do this, but Alex did one with Baker. So give me Lamar to score a rushing touchdown in that Ravens 49ers game. I don't know what the odds are. I'll look it up after and write it down, but
I'm sure it's on Prize Picks somewhere.
Yeah, so give me whatever. Yeah, Prize Picks. Give me.
If Kyler Murray throws 2 touchdowns, I'm gonna do it.
God bless.
I do actually like that pick a lot. I know Henry's been taking a lot of them recently. I think it kind of has to swing back in the favor of Lamar eventually, and I think that'd be a good time. Now we're at a Prize Pick special. Max, what do you got?
So we're gonna do the Anthony Edwards free square. He's got to score more than 0.5 points. Think that'll happen. That's almost a gimme.
Watch it not happen.
I mean, it's less of a gimme than Caleb Williams passing yards 0.5, but hopefully he should get that. And then we're gonna go with Kyle Pitts, more than 3.5 receptions. They've been going to him more. He's gotten more looks. And I like the way the Falcons have been playing and moving the ball. And lastly, we're gonna add a little college in there. We got Jalen Milroe throwing for more than 1.5 passing touchdowns. They're playing at Tennessee. To me, I feel like it'll be a close game, but I feel like it'll be a shootout. And I got Jalen throwing for at least 2 touchdowns.
Okay. I like the under in that game.
That'll be interesting to see.
Shut up.
We're gonna end this off. We're all gonna give 3 bets for this weekend that we think
a 3-team parlay.
Yeah, 3-team parlay. Feel free to mix and match them however you like, and if you really want to, feel free to add them all into one giant parlay. And if they hit, you owe us at least half of it.
Yes.
I'll start it off with my parlay, and what I have is the Kansas State and the West Virginia over 55.5 points. I think that game will be a shootout. I think Kansas State will come to play, and I think West Virginia at home will be able to put up some points, and I can see it being like 30-27, 30-28, 31, whatever. I think it'll go over. Secondly, this is the one I think is the troublesome one because I like my other ones a lot, but this is the one I put is Seattle. Seattle goes in to the Falcons and they win. Like I told you before, I think Kirk Cousins is going to have some type of Kirk Cousins game, or the Falcons will just have some type of Falcons game. And I also think Seattle has been kind of getting unlucky playing bad. I think they come back to reality. I think they do have a good team and they have a really good offense. Like I said, quarterback is number one in passing yards, and also they have a really good receiving core and good running back. Lastly, I have the one I already mentioned, Baker over for passing yards. I don't know what it is right now. Like last time I saw it was 260. I think he goes over that pretty easily. So those are my picks. Who wants to go next?
I got it. So just gonna much more simpler. Give you a slate. White. Mine's all college football, and it's going to be 3 money lines. But I kind of like this as a sneak. Take Auburn money line. Sneaky. That line has already dropped from our previous show from 7 to 4. I wouldn't be shocked if it goes down to 3.5. Watch out for that. And like Tech, and I'll skip Texas. Nebraska money line. Nebraska, Indiana. This is Indiana's like first test of the year, and I don't know if I believe in them. You know what? We can have that might be my cold take of the weekend if they win. But give me Nebraska money line. I like the value on that. And my final one, and I have not wavered on this 1 second. The guys can tell you, Texas money line, lock of the fucking week. You put all those down, you're winning some fucking money, and you can send it to me.
He didn't tell us before this podcast that he was worried about his pick. I promise you.
I did not. That was not me. That was the legend.
That was
This
Houston
is Taylor.
McBride.
That was Houston McBride. Houston, please don't.
People are gonna watch this and be like, "Who is Houston McBride?" Look him up on Facebook. Send him a friend request. Have a conversation. That's all.
He's a nice guy for real. We love Houston here.
He is very nice. I don't know how he just randomly got brought up. I haven't thought about Houston in forever. Shout out to Houston McBride gang. Okay, Max. Sorry.
All right, my first one. I got South Carolina money line at Oklahoma. Oklahoma's offense sucks. South Carolina has defensive line out the ass. Oklahoma's not gonna be able to do anything. South Carolina's gonna win. Then we're gonna go Lions plus 1.5 versus the Vikings. We already talked about this game. Got the Lions winning. Then I'm going the Falcons -3 versus Seahawks. Already talked about this game. Falcons have been rolling, looking better. We're going with the Falcons.
Why are you going against me? Why are you doing this?
I love it. I actually love it. I love it. Now
they don't have 9 games to choose from. They can't do it they can't put it all into one, Max.
I didn't listen to one word you said.
Well, that makes sense then.
Well,
some things never change.
Some things don't. Do we want to add anything else to the podcast? Do y'all want to do another fantasy war draft, anything like that to put at the end here? A little cherry on top, or you think we're good to go for tonight?
No,
I've heard Russia is a good pickup this week. Putin's got him rolling, and I heard Ukraine's top general is questionable with a concussion.
I heard Yugoslavia might get into it with some Yu-Gi-Oh cards or something.
Yep. But I heard he's not passing concussion protocol. Something about a bomb. I don't know.
Well, all right.
And we love the FBI here. We really appreciate everything y'all do. Please don't come for us.
Yeah, we love CIA, FBI.
Max loves y'all specifically.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that is it. The weekend's over, and so is the podcast. Thank y'all for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see y'all next week with our updates. See y'all later.
Enjoy your sports weekend.
Peace.